I think it's been a pretty interesting journey. Uh, we've been probably one of the fortunate companies to be successful without having to go aggressively market or advertise ourselves. And the reason that has happened is we've been able to get a lot of support from our customers who've loved what we've done and kind of been loyal to us and sticking to our site and doing a lot of transactions. In a year and a half, we probably are one of the top 5 or 10 sites in India in terms of number of transactions per day, which is a great achievement at our scale. We recently raised some money from Sequoia Capital just a few months ago, and our objective is to kind of enhance our services from offering better deals, better technology, better operations and execution going forward. Yeah, I think we are pretty young staff. We are addressing a very young audience, and the objective of that is to always understand what this audience is looking for and to be able to cater to them in the rightest possible way. I believe this particular generation of youths today is a very global in nature. They are having access to information, they have access to internet, they are confident about being transacting online, do not fear e-commerce per se. We are really trying to cater to that audience and understand their likings, understand what they're looking for, and kind of address that piece of it through this thing. So our team is pretty young over here. We also have a lot of students who regularly kind of advise us, keep sharing feedback with us. I have like close to 500,000 people who are on with me on Facebook, who write to me directly and say, hey Kunal, we should do this, we should probably look at that, hey we need to check that out, and which is a great source of information slash inspiration for our team to keep moving forward. I think the interesting part about couponing is that anything that is reasonable works. Anything that goes into the unreasonable territories have a very short life. If you've noticed, a lot of these sites which claim to be giving deep discounting kind of struggle to live and continue to grow because it's not a win-win-win, right? For a pure win-win-win, everything should be reasonably given out, and when that happens, it allows users to kind of stick around the site and expect reasonable things. It allows companies to offer reasonable discounts. It allows us to kind of stay in the reasonable territory of making a win-win-win situation happening for our merchants, our operators, our customers, and for ourselves. So yes, it's a razor thin margin business, but as long as you are not doing something extravagant and forgetting the basics of business, that it has to be sustainable, right? Anything that is not sustainable is going to cause the things that happen to a lot of companies and a lot of companies in future also. When we started a year and a half ago, a lot of these competitors, so-called competitors, existed before us. We defined the business model in a very new way. Now you see everyone doing exactly what we have done, which is encouraging in a way, where you're trying to say, hey, we've done something right, and there are these guys who are trying to loosely imitate us. But what we differ from them and differentiate ourselves from them is we are here with the science of marketing, with the science of understanding how couponing should be done, as opposed to just trying to copy paste the model from somewhere. Free charge probably is the only original true Indian e-commerce idea from India, right? A lot of the other e-commerce sites or any other successful models you'll see will be a replica of something in the West, be it an Amazon replica, be it a Groupon replica or eBay replica, or so on and so forth. So because we've innovated something, we're not going to stop our innovation over here, right? We know we'll add more stuff to it, and as long as we are delivering value, we could. It's not something that we've decided at this point in time if we want to do that, because as a business, one needs to focus on what they want to do, right? 95% is large enough to not get tempted into going for the 5%. Also, we're focusing a particular target group, right? We're not trying to say, hey, Mr. Businessman, why don't you pay your bills over here? We rather focus on the youth, and that's a large enough volume to cater to. We believe that a very small percentage even today is recharging online. There's a huge potential of people to still know about free charge or something like that exists today. we are confident that we'll be able to scale that within that domain itself. Well, Airtel Money is a mobile wallet. What they are trying to say is that instead of uh, paying through credit card, debit card, slash cash, you could use Airtel Money to pay. Uh, I think it's one way of telcos trying to differentiate themselves by saying that, hey, we are no more just the guys who give you talk time, but we are also a service which can be beyond talk time and can almost become a semi-banking kind of a thing. But that's their thing on how they want to differentiate their business. It has happened in some economies, so they're trying to replicate that over here or make it a successful thing over here. But a long way to go for that. I personally still don't believe that users have got a reason to say, hey, I have one bank account which I used to pay stuff, now I need to create one more and maintain money in both of them to be able to pay for something else. So I don't know, I'm not convinced. I don't know if any users have understood what Airtel Money is supposed to be done for. There's a lot of ads, but I have very little understanding of personally the user, what do I need to do to go about doing it. Well, as I said, e-commerce is a very nascent stage. There are some companies who are doing a really good job. There are a lot of companies coming on board to do good things. But if you look at it, there are not enough people transacting online, and we have stats of close to 100 people, 100 million people online now in India, and they say there are 10 million people who are transacting online today, and only 20% are buying non-travel products online. I think there is a long way for it to catch up to that, but all the right things are being done. At least the youth is a big driver, we've seen, because they have strong belief that things should be fast, quick, and they are technology driven. They do not have fear of using the swiping their card. They are pretty confident about it. Right? So the next big thing will come first coming from youth oriented e-commerce, and then like they could be the guys who play a role of a catalyst for maybe the family to come on board also to e-commerce. So that's probably what's going to happen. In terms of opportunity and threat, India is a huge country. I mean, I don't think one needs to worry about, oh, if 4 more sites are doing what I'm doing or 10 more sites. It's a large country. It means if you do a good job, there is no worry of volumes of business that come to your way. It's never the idea per se. It's just the wish to be able to do something on your own. And very few people land up with the right idea for the first time. Before we started Freecharge, we tried some marketing solution things like Paisa Back and some other things, and we toyed with a lot of things before we said, hey, Freecharge would be the nice way to go. One needs to realize that it's all about deciding to do something on your own as opposed to saying, oh, this is my idea and this is what direction I want to take. I can tell you most entrepreneurs, doesn't matter who they are in their life, never started with exactly the same idea that they're doing today. A lot of them have changed their path and have become different companies or products or services. It's just about wanting to be an entrepreneur and making sure that you're able to drive things your way and define and design and create new things. So I guess that's the way to do it. For people who want to be entrepreneurs, I think it's just accepting that they are designed to do that and taking that risk to do that. In our country, unfortunately, we are all designed to be insecure, right? कि अच्छी डिग्री नहीं होगी, अच्छे कॉलेज से नहीं करोगे तो अच्छा जॉब नहीं मिलेगा, अच्छा जॉब नहीं मिलेगा तो अच्छा घर नहीं होगा, अच्छा घर नहीं होगा तो अच्छी शादी नहीं होगी, अच्छी शादी नहीं होगी तो अच्छा फ्यूचर नहीं होगा. We are all designed that way, right? So we all chase the same universities with millions of people applying for the same test, and we are just designed to go follow a certain path. But opportunity in a country like this is huge for guys who say, hey, let me not waste time in trying to waste my years or going the same standard path, and let me go in this direction. There are a lot of people who will do a good job at that. But as a country, we are not designed to say, hey, let's do something on our own. And this comes from just some insecurities which are totally not valid in a lot of ways, because we've come off that thing where we have to worry about basic necessities of life. I think some amount of prosperity has come in, at least in the metros, or even to some great extent on tier 2. Many people should be taking entrepreneurial journey. I don't think that is happening because we want to follow that standard